What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another edition of From the Red Carpet. On today's episode, we've got X-Men news, Avengers 5 news, Chris Evans returning as Nomad in the MCU, and a Scream 7 update, among many other things. So stick around, and we'll dive right in. We're getting a Nomad series on Disney+. So, ever since Endgame came out, Marvel fans have been wanting to see what Steve Rogers was doing after the events of Civil War, when he was operating as Nomad and not as Captain America. Well, this series is said to fill in that gap and possibly have a secret Avengers team operating without the government's knowledge. It's also being said that Scarlett Johansson is tied to the project. At first, it was being reported that she would return to the MCU to direct the series, but now it's looking like she might just be reprising the role of Black Widow one last time. That I'm not too sure about, and there's no other information just yet. But yes, it looks like Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson are both returning to the MCU pretty soon. We have an update for Doctor Strange 3. So Doctor Strange 3 will follow Doctor Strange and Clea after the events of Multiverse of Madness. Clea is part of a group called the Black Priest, who go around saving the multiverse from incursions. So Clea and her group will allegedly imprison Strange because they feel he will be the cause of a bunch of incursions. Aside from that, we may be seeing Agamotto in the film. Yes, the actual Agamotto that the artifact was named after. In the MCU, the Eye of Agamotto houses the Time Stone, but in the comics, it literally had an eye in it. Agamotto in the comics is one of 3 godlike beings who can create magic, and they help the Sorcerer Supreme protect Earth. Anyway, in the movie, Doctor Strange will use the Eye of Agamotto, and it will give him a new power, the power to tell the truth from lies. Also, it'll amplify the wearer's psychic abilities. And this eye, in question, is probably the same one that appeared on Strange's forehead at the end of the movie. So I guess Agamotto is going to give Strange this new ability to use. Also, it'll be the way that Strange learns about Kang and what Kang's plans are for the multiverse. So yeah, Doctor Strange 3 is gonna be wild. Deadpool and Wolverine has a brand new trailer. Well, I say brand new, but it came out about a week ago. Anyway, here we can see Wolverine, now showing off his classic sleeveless look. I wonder if they added this in due to the backlash of Wolverine having sleeves in the last trailer. Even though Hugh Jackman only had the sleeves to protect his arms from the sun while they were filming. Anyway, here's Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova, the sister of Professor X and the main villain of the film. There's said to be many cameos in this one as well, some of which you can spot in the new trailer. We saw that Deadpool will get confronted by the TVA for messing with the timeline. He's taken back to the TVA and talks with Agent Paradox, who apparently is the one who tasked him with fixing the mess. There's been recent speculation that Paradox is actually a bad guy and is a mole planted in the TVA by Kang himself. Paradox wants Cassandra Nova gone because she's a huge threat to the multiverse and maybe a threat to Kang's plan as well. So maybe Kang wants Paradox to have Deadpool take her out. This is all just my assumption, but you have to admit, Paradox is no Agent Mobius. That's for sure. Anyway, Deadpool and Wolverine could finally realize that Paradox is the real villain, and they go rogue from the plan. And this is probably why we see Deadpool fight the TVA in the trailer. Again, this is just all my assumption. But yeah, maybe Cassandra Nova is a red herring, and Paradox and Kang are the true villains. Either way, the ending of this movie is said to be completely nuts. And Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be in Secret Wars as well. So that'll be cool to see. It's already been confirmed that Tobey Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Wolverine will all lead a multiversal Avengers team against Kang and Secret Wars. So without further ado, let's watch the trailer.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy.
Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider. I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching
They
powder?
know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even Forrest Bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes, but I can't.
So, more about the X-Men film. The X-Men film is set to start filming at the end of next year, and will release after Avengers 5. Also, just like the Fantastic Four, it's going to take place in an alternate universe. Actually, it's the very same universe that we saw Beast and Binary in at the end of the Marvels movie, which is Universe 267. I thought that this variant of Maria Rambeau was another Captain Marvel, but no, her name is Binary. Anyway, it's being reported that we will learn more about this universe and find out that the X-Men there have encountered Kang once before. The X-Men in this film are being introduced before Secret Wars so that they can be part of the movie. But another X-Men film will happen after Secret Wars as part of the next saga, and we'll have a new group of X-Men. So yeah, the ones in this movie are pretty much a one-off just for Secret Wars, and that's it. Then there are the X-Men appearing in the Deadpool movie, but those are all just a cameo for that movie by itself. Back to the Multiverse Saga X-Men movie, the casting won't be announced for about a year, so we have that to look forward to. In regard to Avengers 5, we may finally know our new Avengers lineup for the movie. A while back, I mentioned that there would be a new Avengers team going into Avengers 5 to take on the Council of Kangs. This team would mainly be comprised of heroes from Phase 4 and onward. Also, I've talked about the lineup before, pretty in-depthly, but recently we got a new report of who will be on the team. So it looks like Sam Wilson's Captain America will most likely lead it, and then we have Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and Shuri's Black Panther. So I suppose that will be our new Avengers team going up against Kang. Oh yeah, about that. Last I heard, after the back and forth on whether or not to recast Kang or introduce Doctor Doom instead, it still looks like Coleman Domingo may be our Kang. However, there hasn't been any new information on that recently. Kraven the Hunter is being set back. With the film due out on August 30th, it's been delayed until December 13th. As to why the date was changed, I have no idea. But it looks like after Venom: The Last Dance and Kraven the Hunter both come out in theaters, there won't be any new Sony-produced Marvel films at all. Maybe ever. We have a new update for Scream 7. Last time I talked about Scream 7, I said that the director had walked away from the project following Melissa and Jenna's exit not too long before. Then I said the movie was pretty much doomed. Well, maybe not. The new report is that Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox will return as Sydney and Gale, and that the film will center around Sydney's family. There's also been a report that Spyglass has been casting for 2 young children, who are probably going to play her kids. As far as directors go, Christopher Landon walked away from it, like I said, so now it's being reported that Kevin Williamson will return to direct. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Kevin Williamson? Wow, just like old times. So it looks like Scream 7 isn't dead after all. Lastly, there's an update for 28 years later. Director Danny Boyle is back to make the third film in the 28 Days Later trilogy. This one obviously is called 28 Years Later and takes place way after the events of the first two movies. The plot is currently unknown, as is the release date. But we already know that Jodie Comer has been added to the cast. In addition to her, as of now, both Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Ralph Fiennes have as well. So this movie should be pretty awesome. Alright guys, that does it for this episode of From the Red Carpet. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe for more. Also, head on over to my other channel, Chris Hollywood Productions, for some cool short films that I've made, and a lot of other stuff. And if you have time, stop by my Patreon account where I post exclusive movie commentaries and reviews. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.